Everybody, let's get this show on the road. Day 6 on the books. Let's go.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn. Goddess, come on out, bushes. Come on out. Come on out.
Don, you are the number one motherfucking team lockup motherfucker. But you was the original motherfucking team lockup for Larry Cannon.
Like, I know I could stand great with God is done as far as like being a non-supporter. But other than that, the others, they're questionable.
Goddess.
That motherfucker's guilty. 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 Peace, world peace. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior, baby. Yes, coming to you live on this 6th day of R. Kelly's federal Chicago, Illinois trial. Yes, we made it through week 1 and we are now in week 2. We are here. Let me say hi to everybody and drop this link also. Let me do that first since, you know, it takes people a little bit of time to climb up to the stage. Hope everybody's doing well on this day. Yeah, if you're here in the chat, whether in the chat in the bushes, you are blessed. We're here, we're breathing, healthy enough to be here on YouTube and enjoy, you know, whatever it is we have going on wherever we're at. I want to say hi to everybody. What's going on? No. Yes to no. Yes, first in the building. Beautiful spirit. Yes. Joelle Jackson. Hello. What's going on, J-Man? Good to see you. Welcome back, Queen Keish. Hazel E. Yes. The kings and queens have shown up for the show. Stacy R. Hello. T-Bone. Hi to you. Shamina Wright. Yes. Stasia the artist. Welcome back, love. Thomas Reese. Hey, King. Ju T. Hello. All right, Miss Ashanti Dawson. Yes. Wow Wayne in the building. Miss Mocha. Hey. Sharita Michelle. What's going on? G. Washington. Yes. We are here. We are in the building to see what happened today in court. JC. Yes, JC. You got that right. I think I got everybody so far. That girl J76. Hello to you and welcome. All right. The queens have entered the building. The backstage is awaiting. Let's bring them up. Miss Della. Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Happy Monday. Welcome back. And we have beautiful spirit. Hi, pretty lady.
Hello. How y'all doing?
I need to ask for your ID. I need ID before you come up here. We got to do an ID check on beautiful spirit, okay? Definitely welcome back. We're going to get into some of this testimony. Hello, Yolanda Turner. Welcome back. Yes, love and peace to everyone. Yes, so pretty, isn't she?
Thank you, everybody. Hey, Hazel, No, Wayne. We got Queen Keish.
Everybody. Too many to name.
Everybody.
Daphne G. Hello,
all.
welcome. Yes, welcome back, Daphne G. Hello to you.
Yeah, I do. I can honestly say that. No, I do. I'm 42. I think he'll be a little bit upset.
Okay, well, yeah, he wouldn't believe you. He might smack you for telling him that.
Right.
Okay, hit the like button for me. Go ahead and do that while we're here, and share the video. You know, if you know somebody who is interested in this stuff. But yeah, I'm going to we're going to court, y'all. We're going to court, and let's see. I think that's the New York scene. Let me see if I have a more recent. Yeah, we got the mama. So Jane's mother took the stand today, y'all. Yes, she did. But not before the IRS came tapping on the calculator, child. This also came up today, too. If y'all remember this in New York. The octopus is back. Yes.
They done brought his octopus ass back up.
Pretty much. But before we get into the testimony, I do want to do a short little news clip just so we can, be on the same page. We'll just put this picture up. This is the sketch of the mother on the stand with, I guess, the prosecutor.
Okay.
So let me pull up this news clip.
I'm gonna mute my mic when you start the news clip. I like how they got her hair looking.
Shit. Okay, here we go.
R. Kelly had been tried and acquitted in an earlier case. Now, in that case, the young woman seen in pornographic video did not testify. Well, that woman did testify last week in this federal case, and today we heard from that woman's mother. Today, a woman who said she lied years testified against R. Kelly. The woman testifying using only the name Susan. She said when a pornographic video surfaced with her then 14-year-old daughter and R. Kelly years ago, she and her husband met with Kelly and his co-defendant, Daryl McDavid. Susan testified, R. Kelly was saying he was sorry and crying. He didn't admit it, but he was saying he was sorry. Kelly said we needed to leave town right away. And they said, are you with us or against us? Susan told the jurors Kelly paid for her, her husband, and daughter to leave the country for nearly 2 months. At one point, Susan said, even though she recognized her daughter on the video, she lied to a grand jury. Asked by an assistant U.S. attorney today, why did you lie to the grand jury? Susan answered, because we feared for our lives. We were intimidated. We wanted to make sure our daughter was safe. Susan later testified, before I lied, I'm telling the truth now. Under cross-examination, Susan told the jury about her immunity deal with federal prosecutors and that Kelly never personally threatened her. We are expecting to hear from 4 other women expected to say that when they were minors, they also had inappropriate conduct with Kelly. This trial is ongoing and will resume tomorrow morning. We are live outside the Dirksen Federal Building.
Okay. So that happened. I'm like, get off my. Okay. So yeah, let's get into today's testimony. A lot went on. Before I do that, I just want to let y'all know I did listen to a couple of the Beehive, or a little bit. I didn't get a time to listen to a lot, but according to infamous Sylvia, R. Kelly was crying in court. Yeah, she said he cried today. And she said that she thinks he cries. What did she say? Today was sad. The people he cares about made him cry, is what she said. So I don't know who else. He didn't seem to cry for Jane. So apparently he cares for his mother first, I guess. I mean, the mother. She said his aunt and uncle were there for him today. So he did have some family. Other than that, just supporters and reporters.
How we know they was aunts and uncles?
I don't know. She seemed very specific in explaining that the family showed up today. But yeah, the fact that he cried, what do y'all think about that?
I think he cried that he just really could not believe they testifying against him, and he know that he's done. He can forget all of that repeating the first trial shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
He mad that he got caught up now.
I agree. Yolanda said a little late for crying.
I agree. So I'm pretty sure you got more to say about her on the stand today. But
yes, we haven't even gotten into the testimony.
So I don't care nothing about his tears. He should, like I said, he said that all of it is a lie. So the tears were fake.
Yeah. Everybody seems to agree in the chat. Cry me a river, Shamina said. Yolanda asked a good question. She said, where are them sisters?
Okay.
Yeah, where are the sisters?
That's
a good question. Hazel, beautiful spirit, is about to ask the same question. People love claiming him as family when they ain't. That is true. You're right. Might have been another Junebug and June Buggy. I want to see his sister Teresa Kelly, the one that allegedly, yeah, that would be interesting. They need to put cuffs on her too, then, if she really did do that.
And that's true. Where are they? Why are they not there? If they say everybody was lying, how come they not there being supportive? All this is chaos and destruction.
Sugar Brown said he cried because he knows he had to pluff his pillow in that cell and call it home forever. Okay. JC said Kelly cried because It's his MO. He cried to control the girls. That's why it's different. Why is it different to cry from the mother? Yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
Lord, let me find out that they got a love affair.
Well, you know, that did come up, and we'll get there. I just like hearing y'all's feedback. What about the part about mommy spending time alone? Yeah, we haven't gotten there. We haven't even touched the testimony, but let me start. Let me get into it, because you guys are jumping the horse is jumping the cart. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'd rather put up a court picture, like we in court. Let's go to court. Let's go to court. So, today was the mom, right? Okay, yeah, let me pull that picture back up. But first it was the IRS agent. So we'll pull up the octopus, because they're showing where the money flow, okay? All right. So today's first witness is an IRS special agent who is walking jurors through some documents, records from Sony and Kelly's Illinois driver license file, co-defendant McDavid's Illinois driver license file, records related to Kelly's production company, Base Productions, and records related to RSK Enterprises, etc., etc. Among the documents jurors are learning about paperwork from McDavid's lawsuit against Kelly. McDavid alleged Kelly did not pay out settlement money he owed David after the two parted ways. So they highlighted the lawsuit. It says part of the paperwork involves what sounds like basically an NDA, acknowledging that McDavid obtained highly personal and confidential information regarding R. Kelly while they worked together, and McDavid agreed not to make any of it public. Our IRS agent is now walking jurors through charts he made that reflect payments Kelly and Kelly-related entities made to victim witnesses Jane and Jane's parents. From roughly 2006 to 2012, Jane's parents were paid nearly $80,000, the agent testified. None of those were classified as normal payroll expenses, he says, as Jane's father worked as a musician for Kelly. So they want to make sure that it's understood that the money, the $80K, which is barely anything over 6 years of time, was not anything related to the payroll to the father who worked for him as a musician. Jane also got many payments from 2008 to 2015, many which were labeled settlement. Jurors have already heard that there was never any formal settlement between Kelly and Jane. Any thoughts on any of this so far?
Oh, it's going down. He really, they hitting him from all angles, just like that agent said they were.
Right. Yeah, that's not much money at all. I agree, Hazel. He could have at least paid them millions. That's why he's cheap. We read in the oh yeah, by the way, I was reading transcripts this morning from Friday's testimony, and it came out about, you know, the used Denali came up again. And like, how cheap do you have to be? I mean, really.
A cheap sicko.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop with her and go to a different, because people have different details. So let's see. The IRS special agent who has been on the stand the last 3 hours authenticating banking, property, and other records essential to the government's case is Jason Scher. He will be cross-examined by the defense when trial resumes at 2. Okay, so this is after the break. Okay, let me open this up. Okay. Going through corporate records for Base Productions and RSK Enterprises, as well as McDavid's company, Winkler and McDavid. Who's this Winkler person? Wonder if he's aware of any of this mess that his partner was up to. Feds want Kelly and McDavid to forfeit assets used to commit and promote child foreign offenses, which they've been charged, including a $1.5 million settlement. Going through various court records related to lawsuits McDavid filed against Kelly after the two parted ways. Kelly was to pay McDavid more than $1 million in $40,000 installments starting in 2014, but immediately fell behind. He should have known R. Kelly wasn't going to pay that bill a month.
Exactly.
$40,000 a month.
What did McDavid sue him for? For not paying him for recruiting the tapes?
What did he sue him for? There's a whole article about it, but
okay, we'll pick up
they don't get. They just said the lawsuit he had against him. There is an article where I could look at it after I go through this. In other court docs, McDavid states his role as Kelly's manager, which include paying out all bills and receipts for the singer and hiring and firing employees. Prosecutor have said McDavid also handled payoffs to reclaim copies of R. Kelly's sex tapes in the 2008 trial. In a settlement with Kelly, McDavid also signed a confidentiality agreement noting that he learned highly personal and confidential information about R. Kelly and agreed to not make any statements or publish or exploit any of personal or professional info about Kelly. IRS agent pulled records from Atlantis report in Nassau, Bahamas, showing the stay by alleged victim Jane and her parents in 2002. Records from stay in Cancun not available. Kelly sent the family abroad after revealing his S-word relationship with Jane. Now reviewing title for 2001 PT Cruiser, which Kelly gave to Jane when she turned 16, and a Yukon he gave her around the time they split and Jane moved out of Kelly's house. These records correspond to Jane's testimony last week about her relationship with Kelly. IRS has created tables showing payments from Kelly and his business entities to Jane, her parents, and her co-defendants, Milton Jew Brown and McDavid. I can see these tables since I'm in the audio-only media overflow room. Oh, he can't see the tables. Okay. He said, now they're going through transactions on the charts, the payees, amounts, and dates. Who got what and when. Will document transactions to prove the government's conspiracy charges and show the relationships, but it's not exactly scintillating stuff, he says. Chart for payments from Kelly to Jane's parents, identified in this trial by pseudonyms Brandon and Susan, totaled around $80,000 between 2006 and 2012, some labeled loan in the memo field. Chart for payments to Joan show she received payments from between 2008 and 2015, including a series of almost monthly payments labeled settlement and settlement fee. And I read somewhere else those payments were like $1,100 around. And I believe she confirmed that he helped her with rent. So I'm going to assume that was her rent money he was paying. Says last week, Jane testified about getting a check labeled settlement, but she had never had a settlement agreement. So they say between 2006 and 2019, Kelly paid around $2.2 million to co-defendant Milton June Brown, though according to Brown's lawyers, was a low-level assistant to the R&B star. That comes to about $130,000 a year in payments. Keying on a $200,000 check from Kelly to Brown from April 7, 2007, the largest payment Kelly ever made to Brown, the check was cashed the day it was written.
He paid $2 million Brown, the stem cell?
$2.2 million over the total of between 2006 and 2019.
Wow. And that means Milton done got his hands more dirtier than we know.
Mm-hmm. And he also got a big $200,000 check that he cashed the same day on April 7, 2007.
You gotta cash on the same day with him.
That is true. But anybody who gets a check that large and cashes it on the same day is some type of desperate situation or something. Like, what do you need that money in such a hurry for like that? And 2007 is the year before his 2008 trial. So I don't know if it had anything to do with what, like you said, trying to get those tapes back, the bribery money that they need to pay people. Yeah, that's probably what he did. Here, take this $200K and get those tapes back. Now running through a numbing sequence of bank and credit card records with some six-figure transfers and checks hotel charges and travel purchases being highlighted, including the $10,000 and $100,000 payout to Charles Freeman, a prosecution witness who was paid to recover sex tapes. And I told y'all about Charles because we found Charles when I was talking to you guys about Jack Palladino. Charles sued him for not paying. He claims he didn't know what the tape was, but he was supposed to recover this tape, and he didn't get paid all his money. Let's see. The government enters a birth certificate for Jane, who was born in 1984 and who Kelly allegedly had sex with in the late 90s, starting when she was 14, also entering birth certificates for 4 other women. There it is. So then they go on a break. He said you can expect the defense attorneys to go through many of these transaction records, try to show they're just regular kind of payouts you make among your staff, friends, and family when you're a multi-million-dollar music star. There was also a note that, what's his name? McDavid was paid about 11 million plus between 2006 and 2011.
And that's why he ain't got no money.
Exactly. 11 million. And he was supposed to be a business manager. Like, that's crazy. So let's see. Let's go on to what happens after the break. Okay, let's see. Run through corporate records. Give me a second. What's the chat talking? Anybody saying anything about in the chat that we can address?
Oh, let me see.
Tax man coming to get him.
I think he did put his initials on some of the things R. Kelly did, and they matched it, like how he puts the heart around his initials on some of the payments.
I'm going back to J Man saying, as long as these folks were getting paid by Ron, they had no problem assisting him and helping him abuse children. And then again, you paying this man all this money, and look how much that little bit of money that they got over all those years. Terrible. What, $15,000 a year, something like that? You add it up for all those years, terrible.
Okay, so we're going to continue with the cross-examination of the agent, the IRS agent. Let's see. I just had it. Where'd it go? Okay. R. Kelly defense attorney Jennifer Bongine is now cross-examining the agent, as he has so far acknowledged that the settlement between Kelly and McDavid contained no admission of liability and that Kelly did not appear to be the signatory on payments to Jane's parents. Okay, so he didn't sign the checks, which wasn't his, because he hired somebody else to do that for him, right? An attorney for Kelly's co-defendant, Daryl McDavid, reveals through his cross that if McDavid had breached the settlement deal with Kelly and exposed what he knew about the singer, he would owe Kelly $100,000. Okay. So then they post that the mother of alleged R. Kelly S abuse 6 victim taking the stand, testifying under the pseudonym Susan. She is the mother of the woman who testified against Kelly last week. Okay, the prosecutor is helping introduce Susan to the jury. She tells them about the shoe store her family owned in Oak Park from 2002 to 2010. She says she got to know R. Kelly through her sister, but knew of him before. She said he was strong in the music business. This shoe store was some talk on Twitter because I people are saying that R. Kelly bought them that store. I don't know why that's a big deal. I guess that's a part of the whole extortion thing. So it doesn't look like it did much. If it was only on 2010, it was over. Seemed like everything after he was acquitted seemed to fall apart, that anything he might have committed to is done. You know? Okay. Susan says she felt kind of strange, those are her words, about Kelly becoming Jane's godfather, because my sister told her to ask him to take on that role. Susan says Jane had other godparents given to her by her parents. So she's doubling down on Sparkle being the one to put her daughter, when she was 12, 13 years old, up to asking R. Kelly to be her godfather. Even though, still, in my opinion, that has nothing to do with the fact that he abused her and why he abused her and how he abused her.
I agree. And she knew it. So you knew what was happening. You couldn't put a stop, an end to it right then and there, instead of trying to throw somebody else under the bus, because I have my own suspicion on why it was done. So I can talk about it now. I can talk about it later.
On why the mom? Go ahead.
So going back from your testimony, that the testimony of Jane and Bone Jean kept questioning her, asking her. Remember when they got back from vacation and they had to talk to, I can't remember what that apartment was. What's the DCS or something like that?
Yeah.
Whatever the apartment was, that Sparkle, they believe that Sparkle did. I think they're mad with her because Sparkle turned their ass in. It is true. And I think they trying to get her back for that. So you better ruin your relationship. I believe that's what you mad for. Because again, even if she did introduce him and told him to do it, which I doubt it, to be your godfather, you still knew about it. You could have ended it. Y'all could have ended it right then and there. Plus,
Yep.
I'm going back from the transcripts. You said that basically you're saying that you went along with this because your parents lost your job. Going to the transcript, Jennifer Bone Jean said, so your parents didn't lose their job. Basically, when y'all got back, they was right back working. So that was a lie right there. Thank God for the tapes. Because I don't know, I don't know what kind of games they trying to play. I just don't understand it. It's a bunch of lies.
I agree.
Right. Hey, Cecilia Owens, welcome back. Democrat, if I haven't said hi to you, hi. But yeah, so the mom, well, let's go through some of her stuff. We can rip her apart as we go through. All right. So Susan says she understood that Jane was spending time with Kelly and his family, going to the movies, shopping, or just hanging out with the kids. Even though Susan just took the stand, Judge Lena Weaver has called the afternoon break. Okay, so back from break, Susan is testifying again, and she is describing the meeting she, her husband, and her daughter had with Kelly at an Oak Park hotel. In quote, she says, he never admitted it, but he was just saying that he was sorry and he was crying. So she's saying he never admitted it, but when we heard Jane testify, she says something different. And what I remember her saying is that her father and R. Kelly went into the room, a separate room, while she and her mother stayed on the other side. So for the mom to say he didn't admit it, I don't understand how she can speak for what happened in that room behind closed doors, especially being that he came out crying and begging for forgiveness. And the father, according to Jane, said it's true, because I don't know if y'all were, whoever, might have been listening to transcript readings when we were reading, or maybe it was the testimony, but when we were reading about how DCFS, as well as the police, this is Jane testifying that the police and DCFS, or whatever that organization is, came to speak with her. She said, they spoke with me and I denied it. And I was saying, well, why aren't they also speaking to her parents? Because she's a minor at this point. Well, it turns out they did speak to her parents. And when she said she said that they closed the case, the parents didn't believe it. She said the parents believed her. So they basically, when she said they still didn't know, even after DCFS and the police came around, It wasn't that they didn't know. She kept denying it, and they just was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I don't know if they really believed it at that time or not, but prior to this meeting, there were suspicions. You had the whole police come. You had the whole Department of Child and Family Services come to your house. 2 different agencies with these allegations, it's rumors, accusations swirling around your daughter, your young pre-teenage or just barely teenage daughter, and you still let her hang with him, and all of that still happening. Like,
right.
And then you don't, like, it's crazy to me. And so she presented Jane, and I'm not trying to discredit Jane, because you can't discredit those videos, and that's really one thing for this case that I think matters. But I just feel like she got a lot of stuff that's inconsistent. It's just 1 minute is 13, 1 minute is 14, then it's 15. I heard a news reporter today say she met him when she was 14, which is not true. But the reason she probably said that is because she's confused, because that was the purpose, I think. So I kind of do feel like they're still trying to protect him, the mom and Jane.
That's what I pick up. I totally agree with that.
Leaving some stuff out, not being fully forthright and transparent. It's very obvious. And both of them still being in contact with him up until he was arrested, really. Like, probably even beyond that, because Tasha K told us that Jane put money on his books.
So I agree. And I believe the reason why she did testify, going back to the emails from the text messages from Bonjean, I need you to call me back now before a decision is going to be made. He never called you back. So you did it out of spite. And not only that, because they got you Section 8. That she proved it. They got you Section 8 and your family Section 8. So that's the only way. That's the only reason that you did it. All of this, and this is where you are right now in Section 8. All of these years, this is it. This is your ending right here. You have lied, but I agree. Thank goodness for the tapes. I feel bad for you. What happened to you? It should have never happened. But your family was there. Your family knew it and could have put an end to it. But they didn't. Because they chose money over their daughter. It seemed like they all kind of, I don't know, something wrong with them all.
Exactly, Miss Della. We're going to call it a spade a spade.
I believe the mom and Sparkle, the sisters here, their relationship obviously wasn't that strong in the first place. And I feel like, definitely because Sparkle outed them. And I think Sparkle even said that she did call Department of Child and Family Services.
Yes, she did.
She admitted that. She didn't, as far as leaking the tape and also making, telling her to sit on his lap and do all those things, the Godfather thing. I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. And not only
I'm publicly stating, now that we know what's really going on and what happened, what was said, I apologize for questioning that, but I don't believe Sparkle leaked no tape. And now we see in depth that they never had the best of sister relationship. And now I'm reading these transcripts and hearing testimony. They are throwing jabs and shade at Sparkle and half-ass still having R. Kelly's back. So that explains a lot by why he was acknowledged in the obituary. Because they still have love for his rear end.
Right.
That's not love.
No, it's not love, but they
think it is. Yeah, they don't know. And he seems to be able to pick the right ones, don't he? I mean,
exactly. And see, her feelings was hurt when he didn't pick up that phone, because she the way she talked, she got excited. She said, "Oh, I thought we was teaming up like we did the last time." The lie about the tape, like it was an assignment. Lord have mercy.
And going back to what Bonjean was saying, even after you moved out, you were still hooking up with him for sex. I believe it was for money. I do. I believe you.
He made her work for it, honey. She had to work her goodies.
They all did.
And that's what Julia had to do.
That's a shame, because he set her up
for this.
Right.
From the
Yeah.
time she's 12, he knows her starting at 12. He's buying her. Now, mind you, it's easier to impress a 12, 13, and 14-year-old than a grown
You
woman.
you better know it. You go through the puberty change, the hormone changes, a teenager naturally, and then hell, I could testify to that. I went against my daddy what he said when I started liking boys. When I met my kid's father, he was 26, I was 14. Everything he said was gold to me. And I was never like a bad or rebellious child. But honey, I had to get to that man and learn the
Exactly.
hard way.
And
Learn
of
the
course,
hard way.
that's when your hormones are raging also.
Yeah.
And he obviously didn't have, the only guidance she really had was R. Kelly. Seemed like he
Fact.
literally did raise that girl. So now they mad because he didn't raise her to be able to take care of herself. He just let her go on about her way when she aged out. He
Yep.
was too busy with his new young victims to pay her the mind that she wanted. And she definitely got bitter over time. You could tell. Hey, Marcus XRI. Yes. Yeah, I think they're And trying then to protect calling him him. on knowing that she was featured on Surviving R. Kelly horribly. Interviewing her friend, the people from whatever was on that basketball team, know that was her. But she calls R. Kelly to see if he's okay. I bet he wouldn't have picked up that phone. I was gonna say, I also feel like she feels a little left out. She was the star of the show in 2008, but now here we are in 2019. Surviving R. Kelly is featuring some new victims. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they might have spoke about her, but she's like, well, dang, I didn't get to come out and say nothing like that. Like, or, I wasn't put out there. I do feel like she wanted to be a part of it because her calling him around the time before it came out, when the preview started showing, during the time it was airing, she was calling him. There was a time in the transcript where she going through the text messages with her. There was some text messages where she was, really trying to figure out where he was and what he was doing. Like she was worried about him. Now, she did mention they had a phone call because she's like, well, it doesn't look like he called you back. She's like, yeah, we spoke. And so I personally feel like he threatened suicide because the way she was trying to text him, like with all these exclamation points, where are you? What are you doing? That type of thing. I believe he did do that. Let's go back to the testimony. She also says they were told we needed to leave town right away. And are you with us or are you not? The ASUSA asked Susan what she thought R. Kelly and Daryl McDavid meant when they said with us or you're not. She answers that they were going to harm us. McDavid's attorney is objecting, saying testimony is not clear. When it came to testify before a Cook County grand jury, Susan says Kelly wanted us to paint this picture to let them know that it wasn't my daughter on the tape. Susan says she told Cook County grand jury it was R. Kelly on the tape, but the girl was not her daughter. And that's exactly why those jurors said they didn't convict, because they saw it was him, but they didn't know for sure that she was a minor, and she didn't appear to be a minor, according to them, and according to, of course, all the Beehive people out there saying that no way that girl was a virgin. No way that girl didn't already know what she was doing. No way that girl was even that age at that time, but not even giving any credence to the fact that this man, quote unquote, raised her. He trained her from 12. He met her at 12. I want to make sure we keep that clear. Like, I don't understand what the missing link is with these people's understanding. Let's see. Kelly attorney Jennifer Bongine is getting ready to cross-examine Susan. Bongine starts by asking Susan about her immunity deal with the government. Did I read this already? No, I feel like I read this. You have to tell the truth, she said, about everything here today, don't you? Bongine asks. Susan says yes.
Susan acknowledges her husband worked for Kelly back in the late 1990s prior to the revelations about Jane. Bongine also has Susan acknowledge that she wrote in her husband's obituary, there it is, that he got his big break working for Kelly then. Yeah, what did she say about the obituary? See, I need to see these transcripts.
But I don't believe that the encounters, the sexual encounters started after the age of 13. I think as soon as immediately when he met her at 12, he got to the bones right away.
Right. So this person in our chat has a question. We need to address this. Minecraft Nexile. How do we feel knowing that we are ones lynching our own? Are you talking about R. Kelly lynching his own? Because that's the only person lynching anybody in this scenario.
Exactly, a grown man lynching other black kids that could have been one of yours as well if he would have had the chance.
Yeah, Miss Della, you have anything to say to this person asking us about this?
Nope, at all.
Hey, Shamanic.
Shamanic.
I think you. I think she said she want to join. Let me drop the link.
Okay. I'm not gonna go back and forth. And we respectfully, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but he's not being linked.
I'm gonna waste if you
no, I mean, I just felt like if somebody asks a question, you know what I'm saying? I have
no. You're fine. What I'm saying is, if a grown adult cannot understand that a grown man is sleeping with a child, then why are you here? It's no reason for you to be over here.
Like, we're the ones doing the harm here, right? We're the bad guys in the situation. So because he's black, what? We're supposed to turn our a blind eye to what he's done? What about the victims who are black? How about that? Yeah, he met Aaliyah at 12 also. Exactly.
Facts.
Hazel E says your devices aren't connected. There we go.
Yes.
Hey, beautiful Hazel spirit. E. Hey, chat.
Hey.
I wanted to answer that question of the person who what was the question that person?
Let me bring the question up. Where is the question? Did somebody delete the question? Somebody kicked his ass out of there. He basically said, how do we feel about lynching one of our own?
Oh, okay. So if they're still in the chat, let me answer that for you. This is not a lynching. This guy has been committing these crimes for 30 years. And if you do your research, there is more than enough evidence to prove that he is guilty. Plus, on the fact that he's already been convicted of this in the last trial in New York. So at this point, if you are still refusing to see the truth and defending this man that has been violating children, you're evil. You're disgusting. Because I don't understand how an adult who knows the law says that if an adult has sexual contact with a child that is under the age of consent, that is a criminal offense that is punishable by law. We all know that. 13, 14, 15, that is underage. And over the states of US, the consenting ages varies from 16 to 18. So I'm sick and tired of these people defending this man, blaming the victim, and not putting any responsibility on him. You guys are sick. And I wouldn't ever have any children around you people. Because to me, at this point, if you are defending this man, you are a pedo just like him, and you need to be locked up just with him. Because I'm sick and tired of it.
I agree.
And if he dated his age and chose to piss and whatever the hell, all that nasty, filthy stuff that he does, we wouldn't be here right now. But
Exactly.
No,
but the issue is he doesn't care for nobody his age. He likes them
no.
young.
And
And
people act like that just because he is a celebrity that he is
yeah,
above the law. But they knew if this was any other guy that was not a celebrity, y'all wouldn't even bat an eye if he was in this position.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
They
you
wouldn't be
mean
doing no rallies or nothing. His own attorney said in court Friday, because we read the transcript, that it's a gazillion, billion, trillion tapes, and she just didn't know which one that it was. Now that let you know right there. His own attorney said he had billions of tapes.
oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, she did. She
I
sure
believe
did.
it's disgusting. Like this dude literally like I seen the tape several years ago. And those images have never left my memory. You in the beginning, you literally see him sitting down in his log cabin Colorado room, literally setting up the camera, trying to face the angle of the camera. His face is clear as day. And even though that tape was grainy, it was clear enough to see that that was his face.
Yeah. The jurors
Like,
had no doubt it was him.
right. And the only reason why they didn't convict him in 2008 is because the star victim was not there. But now, a decade later, she is here. She's admitted to it. That's me on the tape. I was underage, but yet his fans are still calling him innocent. I'm like, how dumb can you be? It makes
And
no sense.
and then to say the young girl, I mean, it's hard. She still talk like a to me a 14-year-old mentality in some ways. The way she testified, she said
Exactly.
it really became her norm. The way she answered some of the questions, she's telling the prosecutors and the defense attorney basically like, "What's wrong with y'all?" She like, a team like we did in the first trial. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Right. And beautiful spirit, you know why she still talks like a child? Is because she is still that stunted 13-year-old girl
Yeah,
that he violated.
Mhm.
correct. And that's facts. And it's sad because God is down. He's like, he did raise her. The parents act like they back. Oh, he never threatened us personally or verbally or whatever, but we felt like it. But after a while, honey, as a parent, then she said the mom said she felt uncomfortable with her asking him to be the godfather. You was a damn mother. It was the child running the parenting and the family issues of what they was thinking about money, vacations and stuff. That's all it took to soften them up and to stay employed by him. And then it was mentioned in the Friday's transcript that they asked Jane, your mom stayed in communications with him up until today. Now, didn't she? And she said yes.
And that's
Exactly.
the problem. So basically, they're saying, well, he didn't violate you. Your
Yeah,
parents
he
were
didn't.
okay. Your father, your father played in the band while you were being tormented. Your father played right along with him, knowing. So if your father, again, we don't really know what the hell happened when you dropped on your knees and
Mm-hmm.
begged, please forgive me, till you were playing the
Yep.
drum shit in his band.
Right.
I think he was begging for forgiveness that the tape got out. I think they been knew he had a sexual encounters with their child, and he probably promised that we gonna keep it just between. Some parents be okay with with an older man and stuff, and they probably like, well, if you didn't think it out, we gonna deny it and stuff. But now they figured out, oh, you got tapes. Not only did it get out, did you screw my daughter? You filmed it. I think that's what he's apologizing for.
Right. But then, even as her as a parent, you mean to
Yeah,
tell me that you hear rumors of a grown man violating your daughter and you don't
exactly.
go investigate it?
Right.
Like that doesn't even sound right.
It sure doesn't. And she was okay with her child being over there with two grown adults, whether Dre and them had kids or not. That's out of her equal, spending more time with them than at home because they went to movies, they was going shopping and stuff. It all resorts back to a dollar sign. That's what it all boiled down to, and that's sad. And it's disheartening. And it's many more parents that are like that.
And that's the
They
sad
know
part
when
about it.
that
And it's the
videotape
p-hivers that,
comes out.
that are like that. The p-hivers will be, they'll do it for free. The way they running hard in the paint and behind them.
Disgusting.
That videotape
Absolutely.
came out back in 2000 what?
Two.
Two, 2002. They knew that. She was 14, 13, whatever the hell. They knew it then.
Well, actually,
Barbara
by the
made
But
time the
sure that they
tape came,
knew that they was on that
I was
they
gonna
were on
say
that
it was
tape.
before 2002, because I
Yeah.
remember I was still young and it hit Detroit Street.
well, that may be true because I live in the, well, I ain't gonna say where I live, but
Yeah,
we got the tape in 2002, and based on her age, by the time 2002 came around, she was either 17 or 18. So at that
correct.
time, she was basically legal enough to be with R. Kelly if she wanted to. So I could actually see her saying, if you say something, I'm gonna leave and stay with him. I could see her saying something like that. Um, so I could see it as maybe her family thought, well, if we stay silent, we won't lose our daughter. But still,
No,
that
real
doesn't make
parents, I
that
don't give a
that's
shit about losing your child.
right.
That could have ended back then. They should
Right,
have
but
said
my
they
point
could
my
have put
point
his
was
ass in jail.
that still was wrong. That still was wrong because they
Yeah,
still could have reported it. And even if, R. Kelly was threatening them, if they told, they could have got like an order of protection against him or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
but they
because
don't
they
seem
got it
like they was
now.
threatened.
Right.
They seem like they just lived or they married little lives and kept it going until
Yeah.
And then
it couldn't
I
go no more.
and another
Yeah,
thing that
I
I
agree
noticed
with that though, because Stephanie or Sparkle, she wasn't afraid of him. That's why she went ahead to Child Protective Services and
yeah.
reported what
Yeah.
she witnessed
And
And
from the
then
attorney.
Is that Shamanic Journey speaking?
yes, your
Yes, it's
money.
I
Hey,
me.
didn't get a chance to
Shamanic.
introduce you, ma'am, but welcome back, Queen.
Oh,
Thank
Hey.
you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. I had to rest. Friday, was it Friday or Saturday? Friday.
oh,
I had to
Friday.
rest
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But
Good.
I
Um,
did listen to it on the member channel the transcripts. Thank you so much, Goddess, for having that available and letting us hear. I don't think she's telling all of the truth. Her and her mother, and I feel like there's still a loyalty to him,
Mhm.
just because she's been groomed. And the mother, she doesn't want to look like the bad parent, so it's like we're already in this, so we have to ride this out. I just don't think they're telling the truth all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to address
I
real
think
quick. Let
that
me address Crown Taj in the chat real quick. Crown Taj, first and foremost, I did mention the part about them submitting their birth certificates. You must have come in late. So that was mentioned. And you're telling me read the transcripts, baby. I'm reading the transcripts. They're in the member channel. And we're currently on Friday's testimony. So I'm not sure what you're trying to prove by saying that. I think you wanted to let me know that let me see. You wanted to let me know that there was a point you were making, which is the point all y'all make. And I can't find it now. Hold on. Because I need to address this since y'all deciding to come in here now. Y'all never come in here. And you're welcome to come in here. But, you got to understand that y'all don't know everything. Just because you don't agree with what we're saying don't mean we don't know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about with regard to this case. Gregory Finley, welcome to you. And he's saying for us to put the responsibility on the parents. And in my opinion, when people say that, I say, well, the parents weren't the ones that abused her when she was a minor.
Well,
And
the responsibility is on Robert, her parents, Andrea, because she
yeah,
knew what was partially what was going on. I do think she was held away from her family. That's why they went on MTV News and they put out the article. But,
at the end of
all
the day, R.
adults.
Kelly is responsible. That is period. Period. When it comes to the responsible adult, it is R. Kelly. Parents are responsible for their children, yes. But when you come into someone's family and you represent yourself as someone who is a caretaker, a guardian, and they trust you with that, then it's on you.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
was right.
It
At that
does
point,
boil down to him. It
at
does.
that point. But when they found out and then started taking money and all the other stuff, now that's a different story.
Right, and that's what I'm referring to. You know, they failed her with that, and I can't make an excuse and say that
Yeah.
what that wasn't wrong because it was. It was totally
Yeah.
wrong.
I had a question. Okay, I know we the people, if we could pick up that the mom and the daughter has not been 100% totally honest this go around, I wonder, will they mess up their immunity deal? Is it a chance that the prosecutors can see and find out during this trial that they're not being totally honest? And do you think any prosecution, anything will happen?
Prosecution to
if
Jane.
they if the agreement was to be honest and everything, do you think if they get caught up lying during this trial, would the immunity deal be off and will they be prosecuted?
I feel
Because
like no, because
we're
they're
Yeah.
able to.
corroborating the tapes. They're
Okay.
corroborating the evidence. If they're
Uh,
corroborating the evidence and all these other side questions and little side shit that's going on, I don't think that's the core of the case. But I mean, I'm no lawyer. I don't know for sure, but I'm just from my own common sense and logic, I'm getting she's lying. She might be lying about little nuances, but as far as
okay.
being in the victim in the tape, which is the core issue here because of 2008 and how he was acquitted because she wasn't there and all that, then no,
Hmm.
I don't think so. And I don't think they would do that.
And the last thing, and I'm gonna mute my mic, what's unsettling with me is we don't heard the suicide word throughout since this thing have hit the fan and made to the world for us to know. She mentioned about when they went on the first vacation, how Milton Brown was sent to fly out to make sure she stayed on script of how to make her parents feel uncomfortable. And she said playing like she was suicidal was one of the things that he coached her through and told
Mhm.
her to do and act out to make her parents could, basically fall in line and not go against him or whatever. And I don't heard the suicide word when it comes from anything attached to him. And I think that's so uncomfortable and unsettling. It don't make no sense.
Well,
Yeah.
like you said, beautiful spirit, he didn't want when they were talking around the survivor R. Kelly and all this stuff started to come back up into his life.
Hmm.
He was ignoring her. Oh, my phone was in the couch, and just
Yeah.
anything to dodge her because he was done using her. I mean, she was just a piece of meat, and it's really sad to
Yeah.
say, but that's how he views her, and he really
Yeah.
doesn't want anything to do with her family, and really didn't want to be obligated to pay them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
they chose to forgive him and take the money.
And really, he said screw them right after he got acquitted. If you really think about it,
Right. Let me get back to
they
this
started
testimony.
losing their jobs and homes and stuff. Vacation
Right, and the
came
and
was
the
over.
the bankruptcy, yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead, Goddess.
Let me
Sorry about
yeah,
that.
let me get back to the testimony. All right. So so we just talked about how Susan acknowledged her husband working for Kelly back in the 90s, even before they supposedly knew about the relationship. Susan admits she, quote, had a type of relationship with Mr. Kelly that brought her to his studio by herself, as Bonjean put it, but denies an intimate relationship with Kelly. And that I find interesting. So the mother, had a relationship, and they have it in quotes, had a type of relationship with Mr. Kelly, end quote, that brought her to his studio by herself. And then Bonjean straight up asked her, did she have an intimate relationship with Mr. Kelly? She denied it. But I feel like Bonjean threw that out there for a reason. I don't know why. It don't make him look good. No thoughts? Okay. Susan
She was
says
of age. The mother was.
she's not of age. She was overly aged, but he has a reputation for having intimate relations with moms as well. I
I
personally
agree,
don't
but
think
like
he
I
has
said,
an age. I don't think he has
she
a
wasn't.
total
How about
age
this? She wasn't
requirement.
underage.
It's a preference, huh?
She wasn't underage.
I
Right,
agree with you, Robert Don.
right. Okay. Susan says she was threatened by Kelly, goes on to say, quote, we were harassed. He was a powerful man, so we had to protect my daughter, end quote. But when pressed by Bonjean, she acknowledges that Kelly himself did not harass her or her family. I think I read somewhere she said he didn't directly harass them, which means it must have come from someone else like a McDavid. And this is why they're flip-floppy seeming, because she says one thing and then turns around and undoes it. So I said Susan also agrees that Kelly sent her and her family on a trip out of the country to get away from the media coverage of the allegations involving her daughter. And then Bonjean said, someone who is so intimidated and scared and threatened as you are, telling this jury here, you wouldn't have maintained a relationship with Mr. Kelly for the next 20 years, would you have? Susan says the family had no other income. I know that she answered no to that. I remember seeing that. This is a different thread, but so it says Susan acknowledges the family had a shoe store until 2010. She said, isn't that a businessman? Bonjean asked. Susan said, yes. Daryl McDavid, lawyer Bo Brindley, is now questioning Susan. She says R. Kelly did not admit to having done anything wrong when he met her. Rather, he was upset that the family was about to be dragged through the mud by the media. He didn't care about that family being dragged. Cared about himself. Brindley is done after having Susan acknowledge that she has never had issues but with McDavid. He never threatened her. He never suggested she lie. ASUSA, Janice Apprentice to Susan. Who did intimidate you? Susan said, R. Kelly. Susan's testimony is done. So she contradicted herself again.
Exactly. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't get it.
She was all over the place. She did worse than her daughter.
After she testified, and we'll talk about it, but let me just wrap up court. After she testified, somebody came up to testify named Lawrence Birkeland. They said he's a legal investigator and lie detector examiner. So they're going to go into that tomorrow because the judge ended the proceeding for the day. So that's where we're at. And now y'all can hash it out.
Well, Beautiful Spirit, did you want to go first?
No, you go ahead, because I couldn't even get my words together, child.
I'm just, I honestly think the other girls that they also have footage of in the video, I believe.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a little bit more from them. That's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, with Jane, I mean, she did give a little bit, but like I said, there's just some choppiness there that to me is just dishonesty. I just don't think she's being all the way, because it was at 14 the first time there was actual, S word going on, or 15, because I truly think that, maybe it's a blur because alcohol was involved. She was blacking out. I mean, that could be a reason, but I don't know. I just think with the other girls, I think that they're, and there might, he might have given them some X pills. We might get a little bit.
Let's say, remember that, when she talked about him giving her liquor, I think she was 14. I'm not sure, but even with that, like, think about it. This girl, 13, 14 years old, drinking, and in this whole new lifestyle now, going with him all the time to the studio. Who knows what type of people were in the studio that she was dealing with, and what type of things she was seeing and hearing, aside from what he was doing,
or passing her around
at a later point. Yeah, exactly, because we know he's good for the whole orgy thing and all of that. So she's, I think, keeping it real light as far as what she's letting us in on, as well as the mother. And I think if we really knew everything, House of Horrors wouldn't even be able to describe it.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but honestly, intuitively, I pick up that she still has feelings for him, but even though she was groomed.
But it's not. These feelings are faux feelings. They're rooted in trauma. They're
right, and
he created this feeling of her being attached to him, and then had the nerve to try to get rid of her. by not responding to her texts and calls and distancing himself. And obviously, we know that he had a whole new crew that he was
Yep.
entertaining and dealing with, you know. So,
Right.
you know, how would you
And then
feel? Like, yeah,
it seemed
And
like to
that's
me
crushing to her for somebody like herself. That's crushing, you know.
because she didn't had his back, giving him the new numbers. Even after she got in witness protection, she still was communicating with him, giving him new numbers and stuff, and reaching out. And it seems like all of them, first, well, not all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them, 100%. Majority of them that still have the soft spot for him goes through this competing stage still. Because it seemed like when she said, I thought it was going to be like the first time we were a team, you know, and this was another, like, this is another tournament and we're going to win it again. And then she wanted to let him know, like, I'm the one that's going to win. I'm the one that can do it better. And it just, he made it that way to make them feel like they had to compete with each other. And then when we got us down, we went over the transcripts. You guys, if y'all missed it, go back in the replay in the members channel. It was mentioned in the transcripts that Lisa Van had reached out to her
yeah,
during the Lifetime series. So that means Lisa Van stayed in communication with that girl, with that young woman now, she's 37. And I want to know, what in the world was Lisa Van calling her for, and how and why they were staying in communications with each other? Because Lisa Van displayed to the world that she felt so embarrassed, ashamed, she was scared, she was nervous, that she had no idea this child was 13 years old at the
I
time.
know why though. I know why because they wanted her for that documentary, and I think that
Oh,
they
okay.
elected Lisa to, since she was in contact with her behind the scenes. Hey, talk to Jane and see if
Right.
she'll
Okay,
be on the
good.
show. I think that's really
Okay.
what that was about.
that's a good,
Okay.
yeah, I could go with that. That definitely makes sense.
Okay.
I'm gonna play some audio. I'll show the picture because, well, actually, I don't want to show this picture. Hold on, let me. Y'all can go on it, but I'm gonna play some audio of Javante. I believe she is commenting on Jane's testimony,
Okay.
but
I
I
I
gotta get a
hope Drea
picture.
face charges, because I don't see how she would. If Drea, it's been mentioned that, Shamani, I don't know if you remember when Kim, I always say her last name incorrect, Whitley, said that the one
Yes.
he received showed Drea in there with another adult woman and a child. So I'm wondering, will Drea, I don't know, do y'all think that she might get offered a plea deal or immunity too? But how and why? What did she produce to the prosecutors?
They would have
That
done it already. They would
oh,
have
Exactly.
done
okay,
it already.
They would have
She refused to talk to the feds. I know she refused to talk to the feds when they wanted to talk to her. She decided
okay,
to go on tour, on a press tour, trying to get
yeah,
money,
yeah.
trying to, make a little extra on the side. And he did owe her child support, and that's fair. But I just think that she wants to stay away because there's things that she knows that the public doesn't have knowledge of yet, that,
Right.
she just
Because
doesn't
I
want
was
to be
like,
involved in.
if they have tapes with her with a minor and she was an adult, she should be prosecuted as well. That's what I just don't, I just can't, because that means they're letting the rest of these predators walk amongst earth, and maybe might be repeating it with the next kid.
I
Well, see,
agree.
don't know that that's just something that's something that she said out of her mouth. She could be doing that for resentment. It's like she did for Sparkle. Believe me, if they found a tape with her on there, underage child, her ass would be in trouble.
Okay.
Just because somebody say that, I mean, come on now, look at their testimony. You
Yeah.
you throw hot shots at somebody. You slept in the bed with a whole bunch of people, but now you're gonna single out Andrea. Come on now.
That's true.
When it was said that when Andrea and Jane and R. Kelly were having threesomes, she made it clear she was 17, which is, as Bone Jean said, the legal age in Chicago. So as far as that goes, she seems to be out of the woods. But did I see Love Warrior? Welcome.
Hey.
I'm not sure if you want to come in. Let me drop the link just in case.
This is just.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
Love Warrior.
I know
Yeah.
you went missing in action.
She was here on Friday on the stage.
Jumped in there.
Okay.
She's back. She's back. Okay. I do have. So I got this audio sent. Someone sent me this audio, and they said they didn't know where the audio came from. But the audio is from it's from Whitney DTV, but she said she got it from Atmos. I don't know where to find it on Atmos channel, and the person just sent me the link, so I'm just using what they sent me. Apparently, there's a more longer clip. I don't know if Atmos interviewed her or what, but let's just hear what she has to say. Let me take this comment down. Okay, let's see.
About there was a part in there that I put a clip in for my brother's permission to actually written.
Sorry.
They have what they need, but according to the Constitution, you have to be tried in front of a jury of your peers. Period. Come on now.
Our clip.
I don't care what somebody says. Do your homework before you decide that the information that you've been given is questionable. Come on now. The government is 99.9. They don't need any of us. They already have what they need, but according to the Constitution, you have to be tried in front of a jury of your peers. Period. Come on now. And that's all I got to say about this, because I love the Lanfair family. I love the Edwards family. This is not to say anything against Rashana, but I understand the trajectory that she's underneath. And Robert urged you to protect him. And if she's still was in communication with him up until 2019 when he was incarcerated, come on now, that means that she's still under his spell. You gotta know that. You gotta know that. And why would she implicate her parents? Why would she do that? Come on now. She's the reason why she can no longer be in contact with RSK. She's the reason why RSK is now in as much hot water as he's in, because had she not shedded a light on what took place so many years ago with her niece, she was the only person that was willing to identify her. Now you guys are willing to believe that she's the person that will be behind his behavior? Come on now. It's the misappropriated penis y'all need to be talking about. All the rest of that shit is garbage. And I'm
okay. So
yeah. All right now, Javante.
I agree with her. Why would she do something like that?
The mic has been dropped, honey. The mic has been dropped. Yeah, I agree too.
I agree with her.
Nothing but
she went to Child Protective Services like she should have, like she was her mother, and I respect that. I respect that.
Sparkle did say that she got harassed and threatened, but it still didn't stop her, and I commend her for that.
Exactly.
Because she was like, you think that I didn't get threatened, I didn't get harassed in phone calls? I remember her saying on the Breakfast Club, she was like, oh yeah, I got followed a lot. She was like, I got intimidated a lot, but she was like, that's my niece. And
she got dropped from fucking Motown Records, Motown Universal. Right. Literally. She went from Interscope to Motown Universal and literally came out and said, that's my niece, and was, talking about it. Nobody supported her, and all of a sudden her album stopped getting promotion. She was dropped.
Yeah, and she still haven't picked up in her music career since then. About that's
absolutely. Even though I think she's a great artist, I actually listened to one of the recent songs that she has released within a couple of years. I mean, the lady is, she's tremendous artist.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she literally
for sure, she's promoting it now. I'll tell you that much. Go look on her Instagram. She got some music going. I don't know if it's new or what, but she ain't stopped.
Okay.
She ain't
Hi, Goddess. Hi, Queen. Hey. My sincere apologies. I'm so sorry. I just got home.
Oh, it's all good.
I just wanted to say one thing, Goddess. I was listening to you as I was coming home. I agree with you as far as Jane's mother. She does corroborate certain parts of the evidence as far as saying, that was her daughter on the tape. And so did she have did the defense score a couple little points digging into her story? She did admit on the stand that this was 20 years ago, and she tried I think, to try to come out looking as good as she could, because everyone knows that it's very questionable how she could allow this to continue with her daughter. There's just no justification for it. And, but it's up to that jury that have already heard Jane and then saw the tapes, whether to take the mother's testimony or cut it out. And we all have to remember there's 4 more victims that are going to come in and corroborate and talk about, what R. Kelly has done to them. So the PI think they have a win today and he's going to be found innocent and all that. No, that's not going to happen. Them jury cannot erase what their eyes have seen. And that is for sure. So I don't think, we have anything to worry about. Okay.
Yes, I agree. Thank you for that very much. Well, Sylvia today, she said, today it was a sad day. It was a sad day. So they're not cheering today so much, because Robert cried and all, he cried, y'all, in the courtroom today. Alexis,
yeah, I heard. Shut up! Are you for real? Shut up!
She said he cried today. Let me you know how I relish in this audio now. You know what I'm saying? Let's just hear from the horse's mouth.
I love it.
Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Even though she's stuffing her face with food as she's
I told y'all. She taking those Uber Eats. They need to come. They should take it out of their meals. Take it out of their meals.
Well, oh boy, Dennis Byron is treating her to lunch. He got on camera, took her phone, and wanted to show his face. So he's treating her to lunch. I guess they're bonding. They're bonding over their mutual beehive, nest towards Robert Kelly.
Oh.
Alexis Kinsey Davis, welcome. I think she's saying this to Love Warrior. I'm thinking she came in right after she spoke. Peace and respect to you also. Welcome. Okay. Don't be getting my chat mixed up with other folks' chat, Hazel. Okay, let's see. I don't have it queued up, but let me see where she says he was crying and whatnot.
Crying but refuses to take the stand. He's retarded.
So right now I'm eating sushi. Not sushi. He's eating sushi. I'm eating some foods. Hey guys, in here. Thank you for hitting the like button, y'all.
I can't believe people sit here with their mouth full of food, and then the camera's like right in her mouth. Like, I want it.
Yay!
All right, just tell us he cried so I can get that. I can record.
Yeah,
that.
It's hurtful when you help people out.
Oh yeah, she said it. Okay.
Rob cried today. I just want to tell you, he cried today. Yeah, it's hurtful when you help people out, then they turn around and dog you out. That's a hurtful thing.
So they turned around and dogged him out. Like he didn't cause none of this. He's mad and hurt because people that he cared about dogging him out.
Oh, dry ass skunk face need to shut up. She always been going for the going against the victims and saying hurtful, nasty things. She just needs to sit. Why are you up in Chi-Town and don't have no money to eat? Like why you left? You've been around here working Uber Eats, making the little quarters and stuff, and saving up your little change to get up there to the trial, and you ain't got no money. Why you up there?
Let her have it.
Go home.
Let her have it.
Take your ass, dry ass, skunk face ass home. I'm sorry, y'all.
I have to laugh. That's the one person on here. I tell you, I don't know what it is. I just can't with her. Go ahead, y'all, because I got to show y'all the visual of this mess. I got to. I'm being a little.
I don't even have no more vodka to take a shot. Oh my god.
Oh no, not the. Did you say vodka?
Yeah, she was. You know what? Dryho was hoping and praying that she was gonna be able to try to sell and share her little lean and struggling dry little Cuda biscuits out there in Chicago because she heard that the track is be popping, but nobody wants her. You stink, you
Oh,
nasty, you
girl.
dry, you funky, and you stupid.
Girl, after sending them pictures through, come on now.
She
You
scared the
you
hell
don't
out of
remember what
me.
Demetrius told the beautiful spirit. You remember what Demetrius said.
He was jumping up and down, screaming and hollering, questioning his manhood. He said he didn't know what the hell was going on because I guess they had agreed you're gonna meet me face to face at the courthouse. And the folks, oh
Oh
God, this was
Lord, the visual.
Lord
Ugh.
have mercy. Lord
that
Jesus.
the
Child.
CNN and DNC didn't know to run to help the man or what. They said, why is Demetrius screaming? What's going on? He should have scared the hell out the man.
Y'all know she called herself the first day she was up in Chi-Town and she saw the cigar bar where she originally first started chasing and scared the hell out of R. Kelly. When she chased him and stuff, she
Yeah.
she accidentally admitted to that's the place where we chased and called herself. I'm like, go on finish saying, yeah,
Oh,
you
we knew
chased
she
him.
chased him down. Yeah.
Oh,
And
please.
her and
Oh,
Byron look like twins. Her
yeah.
and Byron look like twins.
Exactly. She looks like Byron Jr. or
They
Senior,
probably went
actually.
to the crack house afterwards. Look, she more strong face than he is.
Okay. I just had to show y'all
Now
this.
the nutritionist, she don't mess with her though, right? They
I
fell
Ah,
don't
out,
know.
right?
No, that electrician's got and chewed her ass up and spit it out before. She got on her. She got on her.
weird how she eats. She
I like
talks
when
with her mouth
Deboski,
full of
Then
food.
she
Who
looked like
does
a
that?
camel when she eat. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
talks
yeah,
with their mouth full of food on camera though? That's so gross. Like I just don't get
she's
it.
too
Cause she had to like
old. She
buddy
knows
people like
better.
that.
No home training.
She's
Just no.
75 years old and acting like she don't know nothing about basic morals and values of being a human being. And then not only that, I like when Deboski had got on her rear end. Boy, he missed his calling. He
Oh, you
missed
know
his
who
calling.
got her good? Matter of fact,
Who?
before we get out of here, I know who got her good. I'm about to let's get some of this. I know who got her good. I totally forgot.
I love it.
We can laugh. We can laugh at the
Yeah,
end of this. Good.
this is a laugh. Okay, let's see.
Yes, she tried to steal God's profile name. God
Wait,
Sharon.
she said, I didn't even hear her mention me. Oh, she said, God is Sharon tried to steal my name.
Discovered after what they came out 100% Jews. Hey, Queen Keith. So I got up. I said, hey, don't give her no soda. I said,
Wait, hold
but
on.
I'll be damned if I'm bringing my damn daughter to spend no night. So it's not that I thought my daughter was better than, everybody. But I see.
Where is she talking about this lady?
Sitting down, drinking and partying and smoking all in front of these children. I didn't take my daughter to parties like that.
Okay.
They need a therapist on YouTube. Damn.
Is she drunk? Lord have mercy.
I don't know. I'm looking for the little. There's one part where she goes ham. We know how she do.
This man was.
She might be
for real giving us something.
I can't. I'll come back with it because I can't find it. But man, she had me laughing hard.
I do want to say, God, as though she has no idea how much trouble she's in because I overheard what she said about the child pornography tape with the other lady. They should have never done that.
Wait, what?
When they were describing what they heard, the audio.
Oh, What happened?
They should have never done that.
Oh, you're saying they're gonna get in trouble for that?
Absolutely. That's what. Okay, what journalist wrote about it in detail?
Well, not in detail. A couple of them
Exactly.
wrote a couple lines, but not like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And how much you want to bet it was either her that was posting the videos or the pictures from the tape on Twitter and stuff and got caught up. And I even seen I don't know if it was Jason Hodges or Jason Meissner, but I think it was Jason Hodges, if I'm pronouncing his last name right, on Twitter. He mentioned, I think Thursday, he said, did he call them the P Hivers? I don't know if he called them P Hivers too. Do you know the people know about who they are now? And he said, you know what, y'all gonna be in one big basket. Y'all in so much trouble. The feds are gonna get all of y'all. And he was like, and I hope it was worth it. Because of what I don't know what they did or whatever, but it was before Friday, between Wednesday and Friday. And I was like, oh, something must have happened. Either they not talking about, but Sylvia probably was in behind posting those videos and stuff on Twitter, or they was taking turns of resurfacing the child porn. And it's ridiculous. But yeah, they're gonna be in big trouble. They might not get them right now, but I hope they know that them. See, Sylvia already got a target on her back from when she was mentioning the Rolling Stones. I hope she don't think they forgot about her. They forgot about her. I can't wait till she get caught up though. I hope we see it on the news. I just can't wait.
Yep, she be gonna be the woman part at like Debo, and took stuff way too far, inserted herself way too far. She already been in trouble in New York. Goddess already spoke about the trouble she was in Chi-Town, been fined. The feds watch her channel, so it's only a matter of
They take your
time.
phone and they go through all your
Very
they
true.
still watching her social media, and she's so damn dumb and old and stupid. She can't put it on C now because they know she ain't got dementia. But honey, they gonna need a double wide flatbed semi truck 18-wheeler when they do take her in.
I've been over here trying to listen to if I can play this audio. But anyway, all right, y'all. I think I'm done. Y'all have any last words or thoughts before we conclude for the
No,
day?
I'm done.
I do. I do.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go for it.
I just want to say that, I don't know, maybe Sparkle comes on here and listens. I don't know, but, I don't think she should have any regrets. I think what she did for her niece is something that you do for family when you love them. And,
Mhm.
I just want her to continue to stand on her square and continue to stand up for her niece because what she did was a big thing.
Hmm. Definitely.
I agree, Chimani. I agree.
Queen is
I
asking
submit.
if we know that if Andrea had threesome with Lisa Van Allen. I think that was said. I'm not sure. You guys know?
Um,
I'm not sure
I
if it was Lisa Van Allen, but I do know that it was stipulated that she was on the fourth video with the minor Jane. That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's why I'm
Goddess,
like,
I just want to shout you out for all the updates. Appreciate you so much. I'll be on that community page, just reading everything. I really appreciate that.
Thank
I
you.
feel it.
No
Yes,
worries.
yes.
Appreciate you. Appreciate me. So L. Williams came in talking about Sparkle guilty too. What's she guilty of? We already talked about Sparkle. Let's see. She inserted herself way too much in this case. She's in hot water. Just wait. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people just crossed too many lines, and I think people
oh
did get contacted behind the scenes
yeah,
and offered, certain things, money, whatever it was, contact with Sylvester, to
yeah,
cross those lines and get themselves at the end of the day in trouble. You know
yep,
what I'm saying? That is the most insane thing I have ever seen in my life. Like, YouTube is something else. It's a whole different universe.
yeah. The
Yeah, the
government watches the scandal, and that's
yeah.
how they caught her. The strip search or something terrible. I wish Holly, whatever. Oh shoot. When she had said Lord's Prayer, they should have knocked upside her dome then. But her days is coming. They all, I think, will be taken down one by one because they the low man on the totem pole as of right now. They got a bigger fish to fry. But you just wait, even down to the conference status update calls, they are about to rack them up. But I want to salute everybody here, everybody that come and hang out with us, engage with us, and talk. And and been supporting us. We've been a few years strong now. And I definitely send prayers and love and protection and light to all the survivors and the witnesses and victims that testify and their family,
Yes.
and definitely for Joy. I wish we knew exactly where Joy is at. Is she okay? Because I don't find it no coincidence. Where is her? The last time that publicly seen, she was with that handler named Kimberly something. I wrote that woman name down. And when Miss A had said, "I'm not gonna call you by your handler's name, I'm gonna call you by your government name," and I wrote it down. I'm a matter. I put it on Twitter. Hashtag FBI. Can we find this person, please? Can we please find this person?
Oh, the handler.
Yeah, Kimberly. Her first name was Kimberly. And of course, I'll never forget that because the wench had to have my name. But she was when last seen with Miss Joy, and I just hope she might be one of those people that's like Jane's mom, still loyal and attached to his raggedy self, and thinking that she's doing something by keeping maybe Joy doped up and looked up and all that kind of stuff going on. I just wish it was something. I just wish that the authorities, somebody, whether she's grown or not, I would, this is she alive? Is she eating well? How she look? Is something going on? Like something, just something.
Beautiful spirit, the feds want to chop the head off the snake, right? They want to chop the snake's head. So we really don't know what handlers they might come back and get, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
can only pray that they do come back and get some of them.
Absolutely.
You guys remember in the testimony I think it was the testimony, I think yesterday, where the government was like asking Jane if she remembered or if she could state what they said would happen to her if she didn't cooperate. And they basically were putting it out there like, you will go to jail, you and your parents. And she reiterated that. I guess in my mind, felt like they were reminding her, like, don't get this twisted. You
Yeah.
ain't finished with your job.
Yeah.
And I think it says something about with prosecution of not only her and her parents, but others.
Yeah.
So I remember that was mentioned. They
Yep.
probably are not done.
They sure did. That means that we're gonna be on the lookout for other people being prosecuted.
It's gonna be coming, I think. And I'm just, obviously we want to get through this trial. One trial at a time, y'all. One trial at a time.
Right.
And the fact that he cried, though, like, I definitely we need those transcripts. And we're still going through Friday's transcripts. Hopefully we can have those and we can just continue reading, until this thing plays all the way out. If we can get some purple hearts in the chat, purple hearts for our L for all of the survivors. Joy.
Yeah,
absolutely. And his brothers haven't showed up yet? I guess not.
No.
They got paid that one hit to come up with their prom suits.
I thought they would have come up there with the suits on with the matching hats, talking about that's our brother, we support him.
Exactly. Nope. And they're all lying.
Right, they're all groupies.
Goddess Sharon. Sharon Wimbush was over there collecting cash apps for Bruce recently, like not even a week ago, I think.
And I'm quite sure, that's going to stop soon because, I just couldn't, yeah.
Well, listen, I think I'm ready to wrap this because we do this every day this week, y'all. So we need to, preserve our energy, protect our peace.
Yeah.
We're definitely doing that. If you haven't caught a shot of love, just to help with the breathing and just to relax and getting, tap in to
it was so good. So good. Thank you, God.
I'm so appreciative that you show up. Yes, thank you. So J-Man said R. Kelly has the worst supporters. They have gotten they have gotten his ass whooped. They have gotten him 30 years.
They got his money taken too at the commissary.
Yeah. They got his jury to be confidential, all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, panel the jury because of them. Exactly. Yep, like attracts like. I agree. And that's why I know y'all are hashtag smart people only over here. You guys are definitely A-okay in my motherfucking book.
Shamani, Did you hear when the transcripts was read, Friday transcripts read, that when Bonji was challenging the before they start playing the clip, 30-second clips of the tapes in the court, and Bonji basically was like, oh, I don't know what they have. They didn't show me, they didn't tell me, and all that. And the government, the prosecutor was like, yes, we did. We made arrangements, but they said that we're not gonna give it to you and provide it to you because that would be considered contraband for your client. Now, don't they say a lot that they can't even trust? The lawyer probably had to go see the little bit by herself and you know you're not going to be provided this discovery because your client, that would be considered contraband. I think that was like a secret because you might just show it to him and give it to him.
And they told her that.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that in the
attorneys
transcript. You
learned
saying
that
that.
in the hearing prior to the trial, they said the Homeland Security offices will be available for you guys to come review these tapes. It was about 2 weeks before trial started. I remember that. They said,
That's the same shit Greenberg was saying. So I mean, she's just a parrot at this point. That's the same shit he said. Oh, I haven't received anything. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
Yeah,
She just finding a reason to bitch. She just finding a reason to bitch.
They needed to just go ahead and take the screenshot of the mole on his back and just give that to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I hear you. Wow. I mean, honestly, I could literally sit here all night with y'all, but
we gotta go.
It's been a long day.
We gotta go now.
But I just listen. If you haven't listened to any of the transcript readings, or you just want to hear us do it, or me, because we give commentary, catch that member channel, $1.99 a month. You can do that for some of this vibe. So go ahead and join the channel. Listen to the transcript readings day to day. Come to join us every day for these recaps. We will be here about the same time. Appreciate you, all new subscribers, all old subscribers, all members, all whatever, warriors. Yes, thank you, warriors. All right, thank you, queens. Thank you, mods.
Love y'all.
Much love.
Good night.
Thank you, guys. Good night.